Shut your face.
Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos! Hello and welcome here to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are coming to you at the speed of sound on the airways from the Hexapod Soundhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Luke and I am joined by the rockstar co-host Nick.
Oh, rockstar. I'll take it. Happy to be here for the 57th episode of the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are rocking. We are rolling. We have our only DJ. No, he's a long line of DJs. He's come from a long line of DJs. DJ Hologram.
Hey, guys. What's going on? Thanks for having me out on the show this week.
He's not even here. He's just being projected into the studio.
Incredible.
I mean, but look how far these holograms have come. Like, he can push buttons and everything.
It looks like he's pushing buttons.
Yeah. It's just all automated. Anyway, Luke, what are we doing on the show today?
Oh, I got some chest hair on the top of the show that I got to get to.
Nice.
The Debbie Downers is who I'm coming for.
Oh.
And then Nick, the rockstar Nick co-host, has a hypothetical life proposition, which this is like a hypothetical rewind.
It kind of is.
But I like it. I love it. And then we want to do a ramble on rewind on some hot beverages here at the end of the show. So just a reminder for all of our returning listeners and a note for our new friends here at the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tickle that pink thing between your ears, poke that frontal lobe, and sometimes just smash the laugh box. So hop in and buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves.
And before we get into it, a reminder to follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. You can drop us some stars on iTunes and some love on Spotify. And you can toss us a sub on YouTube. If you want to get a hold of us via email, you can hit us up at velocitychaospodcast@gmail.com. Thanks as always for your support.
Well, here we are, where we are together, Nick and I, with the hot DJ hologram here in the background. Can't see him, John Cena. Or can you see him? Let's get first. We've been hitting and missing on the misconnections.
Oh yeah,
unintentionally. But this is something we're going to try to integrate at the top of each episode. So, DJ hologram, you got a couple words we can make some connections with?
I got two hot ones for you. Let's take it a little far between. Let's connect scuba diving with gladiators.
Okay.
Whoa. I'll go first.
Okay.
Scuba diving.
Water.
Swimming.
Flippers.
Dolphin.
Mammals.
Humans.
Athletes.
Muscles.
Strong men.
Wrestling.
Combat.
Swords.
Arena.
Coliseum.
Gladiators.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, we got somewhere there.
We got there.
Rock steady on that one. That's for your.
We went around. We
extended a little bit, but made it. I think it was coherent.
Yeah, threw it
time.
around the bases.
Yeah. Around the horn.
Around the horn.
And that gets me to my next point. We had a good time doing that. Did you have a good time doing that?
I did.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you should be doing, having a good time in life all the time. But I'm not saying life should be happy all the time. I got some chest hair. Let me show some taco. Let me unbutton this one real quick. And this one maybe too. And rip this a little bit. But look, get some chest hair here for you. A little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of chest hair. For all you, for the pessimists out there.
Our YouTube channel just went to PG-13.
Yeah, that's right. I'll cover it back up. Leave me. No, don't. I'm needy.
And for our listeners out there, by it, he means his chest.
Yes. I have a small chest. I have a little boy chest anyways. So, yeah, this is for the negative Nancys out there. So I'm sick and tired. I am sick and I am tired, hence the cough before, of people complaining all the time. You can complain a little bit. I get it. So this I guess is a perfect segment to sound like a hypocrite, is what I'm getting at.
I was gonna say.
No, this is not complaining. This is passion.
Look, there's no All right, you're narrow. You've used the word pessimism. That's it. Not just the Debbie Downers, right? The pessimists.
It's just people that are always negative in life.
I don't think pointing out something and getting it off your chest is negative. If
No.
anything, you're relieving and alleviating pressure in your life. So
Yeah, occasionally it's fine. I think it's in small doses. Yeah, it's fine to do that. But there's people that are constantly negative, like, I'm so sad because of this, and my work, I gotta do work, I gotta go, this sucks, I'm so ugly, give me some compliments. Like,
man, who do you hang out with?
just there's people out there.
Is that what we sound like,
No,
DJ Hologram?
that's why you guys
After the record button closes.
that's why you guys are around.
Okay,
I surrounded myself with specifically selected people that
Got it.
help boost the emotions and that are helpful in my life.
I get where you're getting with it.
So life sucks for everyone. It does.
Period.
It does. But
The minute you're born.
exactly, it sucks. You were just locked up for 9 months. And you finally get free, and then someone smacks you on the ass, objectifying you. You're crying. But no, so with all the suck, there comes a ton of good and amazing stuff. And the chance of you being born, someone calculated them, 1 in 400 trillion
Holy
chances of you being born.
smokes.
Wow.
And then I read, like, it might even be more like 1 in 400 quadrillion.
Whoa.
So it's a self-help author, Mel Robbins, said in a TED Talk back in 2011, and there's someone in the audience, they're a math person, Dr. Ali Benazir, who did some calculations, and there's a link from medium.com with infographic, all that jazz. We'll post that in the show notes, but basically, it's your parents' meeting, your grandparents' meeting, all the other bullshit in the world that happened. Like us getting to this point to be alive and all the sperm that we had to, race to be here. It's a privilege to be here. And I think a lot of people are out there wasting it. Like,
That's
being
inspiring.
sad. Yeah. You're complaining. Stop complaining about stuff. Like, everyone has bullshit to deal with. Just do it. You're in, this is, all right here. Look at me. I'm looking at you. You're in whatever position you're in because of the choices and habits that you have. Let that sink in. It's all on you.
Spitting some truth.
That's radical.
I am in my poor ass position of life because I am lazy. This is fact. Because I have no drive. That is fact.
Okay.
I could probably be doing so much better things, and that's what I hope to be doing going forward in the future.
Yeah.
This is kind of like a self-pep talk too.
I see that you're using this. You want this to be uplifting. So, but I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
What about the people whose lives are hard because of what others do to them?
Depending on what are you saying? Depending on what
If
they
I
do.
take away, if I take your cell phone
Yeah.
because I want it and I take it,
Okay.
and then you have to go pay $400 to $1,000 for a new cell phone.
If I want one of the similar things,
How do
I guess
you-
if you steal it from me, then yeah.
How do you break that down?
Then I guess I'd get a cell phone that people don't want. And I mean, what am I really
But
using
it's already
the cell
happened.
phone?
You've already lost the cell phone. You've
Yeah.
already lost the money because you had to buy another one. So how do you tackle that?
I'd get a cheaper cell phone too. One, because I think cell phones we shouldn't even have them.
But you're not
people aren't
angry?
using. I would be in the moment. Like, you'd be angry. What's being angry and upset gonna do to fix your situation is what I'm saying.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, yes, I would be upset, but like,
Yeah.
okay, shit, my phone's gone.
Yeah.
I got to get a new phone. Okay, I'll deal with that. Or I can get a cheaper, $40, $50 burner, and it would still be effective at making phone calls if that's what you're using it for.
Okay.
But there's things that you can do. Worrying does nothing, or being upset about something really
Sure.
does nothing except for just perpetuate your procrastination on
Got it.
taking action.
What about people like if your country's invaded?
that sucks. I'm talking about America.
I don't know,
Freedom.
man. I watch those gentlemen in Ukraine and
Yeah.
ladies out there. They're having a fine and dandy time towing away tanks and giant vehicles. They're like, "Hey, we're taking these, man. We're taking advantage of our situation."
Yeah. I guess living in a where you're not being, in a war scenario. Like, but there are people that are stepping up over there.
True.
And, they could easily roll over and, get shot or whatever, but they're fighting. They're choosing to take action in their life, or they could be worried. I heard, watching the news. I hate watching the news, but like just caught it, and they have some segment like, oh my God, like just America, like just. Oh, I'm so upset with all this stuff going. I don't know. I'm not going to point anything out, but then it cut to Ukraine, and it's this old lady, so like 80 years old, and Russians just came through, kind of like there was gunfire and tank fire in the night, and they're interviewing. She's like, "What are you gonna do? All we can do is keep on living."
Right.
And it's like that. To me, that was inspiring. Like someone in a much shittier situation than I'd say probably 95% of the world currently, maybe even more.
Yeah.
She was just her attitude about that's kind of partially what inspired this, is just like she was just like, hey, what are you gonna do? And her granddaughter, who was probably in her 20s, she's like, yeah, I'm just here with my grandma, we're picking up the pieces, and that's all we can do right now.
Right.
And because what is worrying about, like, oh no, how am I gonna fix this? How am I gonna do, like, no, it's just like, okay, just we can't do no one can do anything right now. Right. All we can do is survive and, go with what it is.
My little tirade response to all this, I was just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there's a couple things. Like, using pessimism and optimism as kind of the polar opposites to frame this discussion, I think is a mindset. And the interesting thing is, like the old woman that you pointed out, her country's invaded, her house is blown up, or they just tried the like first Russian soldier. I don't know if you guys saw that. He was like convicted of murder. He murdered a 62-year-old man, like in cold blood. He was saying that his officer was commanding him to do it. Yeah. And now people are saying, well, you didn't have to. And I'm like, that's really hard to understand, because you're in a unit and like that guy's telling you what to do. And if you don't, he court-martials you, or he just shoots you.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not saying what the kid did was right. All I'm saying is that like there's so many different circumstances going on. But this old lady that you referenced, right?
Yeah.
She was an optimist going into that scenario. She had already had the mindset that life is hard. And that gets me to my other point, is that I've been having to work on relativism, right? Like everyone has their struggle. Some people struggle with very hard things. Somebody in their family was killed. The Buffalo shooting that happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't control that. People that day didn't see that coming. And so that's like worst case scenario. And then there's other people who are struggling with the pressures of like going to college or finishing their college degree, or being in high school and understanding who they are as an individual. And back in the day, I was always of the kind of person who's like, I still struggle of being like, well, at least my life isn't like terrible. But that's like a rough way of looking at it, because you want to appreciate that other people could have it harder than you, and then other people are going to have it easier than you. But I think the pessimists, the filter they look at it through is like, look at all these bad things are happening. The world sucks. It's terrible. Everything's bad and dark and bad. And these people have it easier than me. So like they don't have to witness all this stuff. When an optimist is like, humans hurt humans, like everyone has a condition, and we just got to try to like recover from this. Yeah, and we got to start working now, the minute it happens, and rebuilding. And then you look at other people who might have an easier life, or their family, is better off. And you say, well, good for those people, because at least they don't, like, there's people who aren't suffering. They look at the kind of common balance. So I don't know. I get what you're saying, but I just think the common argument to your chest hair is just like, well, the world's a bad place, Luke.
It's a bad place because you think it's a bad place.
But no, you tell them, you're right, it is a bad place. Yeah. So you might as well try to look at things on the bright side.
Yeah, that works too.
That's the better way, because you're acknowledging that, things suck. And we could drive away out of here from this podcast and something bad could happen.
It could, and knock on wood, hopefully it does.
Or something really good could happen. So
yeah, Yeah, or you could stop and buy a lotto ticket and be like, "Oh shit, I just won $250,000 a year for the rest of my life."
The world is a bad place, and all the worrying and all the crying and all the whining and all the grumbling and all the anger that you have will not change that. All it's going to do is reinforce that opinion that you have. So
Yeah.
I am a proponent of like mind over matter, and I think the world's never going to be perfect. The human race is always going to be flawed. The best you can do is try to make the world around you the best place you can.
Yes.
And that all starts in your brain.
Yep.
So
Yeah. I am more recently, like I feel like I've done this my whole life, is I feel like I get mad at things and call things out occasionally, but I feel like I'm pretty happy overall and like, relatively good spirits about things. And I feel like you can choose to be happy if you want. Like if you're sad all the time, it's probably because you're thinking sad thoughts all the time and you have a negative outlook on everything. Like, oh man, I'm stuck in my minimum wage job. Oh man, I got my crappy car or something. Like, well, like no, like you have a job to go to, and what value are you offering to that position? Like, I'm sure if you were working harder at that job, I'm sure your company would want to give you a raise, and I'm sure at least you have a car. There's so many people that are walking, like to go somewhere. Like, I guess just being gratuitous and grateful of the things that you have really helps. Helps your perspective on stuff. Like, yeah, I mean, this house that I'm living in isn't the best. Like, it's got 4 walls. It keeps me dry,
Yeah.
Sure, the windows shutter when it's a little windy, but there's a draft in the winter. And but hey, I'm married. I'm happy with that. I have a dog and a cat. They're cool too. Things are okay. Like, I don't know. I always think things are gonna work out, even if things get bad. My wife leaves me, whatever. Okay, well now I gotta figure out what to do by myself. I don't know. Like, it's just it'll work out.
Yeah, you're taking responsibility for your state of mind. I mean, obviously there's a short-term fluctuation, but like you're speaking on a grander scale.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, people don't take enough time to sink into Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Once you have those baseline things, the house, the food, the resources, and you're starting to move up the pyramid into those more like intellectual things, people kind of like stop taking responsibility, I think, for those next level things.
Yeah.
Like they have everything, like they forget about the baseline, and then they're just like in this nebulous of where they're just like, now what? Like, I'm unhappy. Like, I don't have enough. I don't have what they have. So they start comparing, and then they get into that spiral. So I think by always looking at your bedrock and your foundation, you're grounded. And so I think you're right. About being grateful is one of the best antidotes to unhappiness.
Yeah. Yeah. And people, like you said, they're comparing. It's like, well, Nick's got the iPhone. Was that the 13?
Yeah.
Damn. Man, this is the S9. I don't know. Maybe I want to upgrade, but kind of works. Battery's getting. No, it's a freaking phone. It works fine. It's like,
yeah.
It's like it's just taking. You can have a positive outlook on just about anything. Like, yeah, okay, there's outliers like death. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But you mourn it. Yes, true. Yeah, the people were in your life and they were impactful. But they also, there was good things. People taught you good things, and remember those things. And it's not gonna, something happening like that to me isn't gonna have that's not gonna affect the guy that's driving behind me or
exactly.
Like, so it's like no one else cares. What I like.
It doesn't affect him until you crash your car.
Yeah.
You do something drastic. Like that's the problem, I think, in America right now. Is like people aren't grounding themselves, and so they're just taking from other people.
Yeah.
And it's taking emotions, taking money, taking objects, taking people's lives. And yeah, I think it's because they're not grounded in their own right.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff that people complain about that there's nothing you can do to change what might happen, or like for voting for a president.
Right.
Like, okay, yeah, every vote matters. Sure, okay. Like, yeah, you're gonna get upset about this election or whatever, but doesn't really matter. Like, you getting upset does nothing except ruin your day.
Yeah.
Like, someone's getting elected one way or another, and life's going to go on.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the Skull and Bones Society is going to vote for him.
Yeah,
They already control everything.
Yeah, exactly. They already decided, 60 years ago which one of their members are going for it.
I think the people who live probably the most content lives, I think the lives that are probably the least affected by the ups and downs of like happy and sadness, the people who just are kind of the most consistent living, right? They've hacked their brains. They know what they care about. They know what makes them feel good and what makes them feel bad. And now it's not perfect avoidance of the things that feel bad and perfect desire for the things that, like, you're not always trying to avoid the bad things. You just know that when those bad things happen, a good thing is potentially going to happen as well. Yeah. And I think that hacking of your own mind is what, that one is the key.
It is. And it's you gotta, like I was saying last night for dinner, like Michelle was like, what do you want to eat? I was like, I don't know, I'll eat some oatmeal. She's like, oatmeal? Like, you can't just eat oatmeal for dinner. It's like, it doesn't matter. She's like, well, I don't want to force myself to live,
that's what I don't like, people projecting desire or want on me.
Yeah.
If it's good enough for me, and I really truly believe that, why can't I just eat this freaking oatmeal in peace?
Yeah.
Women don't get that. I'm sorry. I'm not saying women in general. I think caring partners, but that's a whole can of worms. Like I'm not even going to go down into that.
No, they just want to be happy.
They want what's best for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes what's best for you is like more efficient and humble and just like give me some nurture, like give me some food. Like I need to make some food for myself.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't matter. Just get something in my stomach. But man, this was a gas of a segment. And speaking of gas, have you ever been on a crowded elevator? You know the one where you're with a potential new business partner heading up to the corner office, or you made eye contact with that hottie in the back while stepping in, and you just let one slip. Or how about if you're cutting a rug at that crowded house party where you're just the center of the celebratory universe, everybody loves you, and you just can't keep your sphincter taut? Well, we've all been there, so we all need Gas Away in our pockets. Gas Away is an olfactory salvation in a small chapstick-sized canister you can easily stow on your person. If you get yourself in a situation that just stinks, pull the pin on Gas Away, and instead of last night's chimichangas, your friends, colleagues, and local hotties will be smelling lovely lilac, summer spice, or autumnal aroma in your filling your personal bubble. If you are like me and need a bowel-moving bailout, head on over to gasaway.com and use the code VCAirBiscuit at checkout and go to get a BOGO bonanza of canisters. If I could read, I'm having a stroke probably. Never get busted again for breaking wind. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same, then we are unaware and have no affiliation with the actual product, service, or idea.
What a pivot.
Total pivot.
out of that. All right. We're doing a segment now called Hypothetical Life. This is where we just imagine ourselves as something that we're not currently. I don't know why I picked Rockstar, because I am a rock star.
You are.
Apparently. I know we did, a long time ago, we did a rock segment. We talked about bands and stuff like that.
I think that was our first episode.
Maybe. But DJ wasn't there. DJ Hologram was not there. So I wanted to do another one. It fits really nicely into Hypothetical Life. I was also inspired by a recent trip to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They were doing the Beatles Get Back exhibit, which is based off the big documentary that I've talked about before. I love that documentary. And so it's a bit of a rerun.
I'm pretty sure if you have a Cleveland ID, you get in for free.
I can confirm that you do if you live in the city of Cleveland.
Yeah, to borrow that.
Yeah,
yeah,
looks similar.
It's like expensive, $35 otherwise. Yeah, for an adult.
I still got mine printed for Cleveland. They didn't change it.
Heck yeah! Don't ever change it. Cleveland or die. All right. So at the top of the segment, just before we do anything else, we're gonna worry about our origin stories. So our band names are.
Like the name of our band or our band member name?
No, you are. So these are your band names.
Oh, okay.
So Luke, is in the band Spiky Fishing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
DJ Hologram is Icky Thanks.
Yeah, man.
And my band name is Unsuitable Computer.
That sounds legit.
Dude.
All right. So those are the bands that we're in. My first question is, are you the front man in your band?
Gotta be.
So you're the front
I
man.
gotta be, yeah.
You're the front man of Spiky Fishing.
Yeah.
You're like spiky fishing in the dirty walleye.
Yeah.
And you are what are you? Are you
I'm the
front
drummer, big time.
man? Okay, so So
Are you
who's
front man drummer?
Icky Thanks, the drummer from Icky Thanks.
Yeah. Drummer formerly known as the drummer from Mickey. Thanks.
I think I'm the front man. I want to be the front man. If I'm going to be in a band and put all that time and effort in, then I'm definitely going to be the front man.
Yeah.
So I'm the front man of Unsuitable Computer.
I love the name.
So what instrument do you guys play?
Ooh. If I'm the front man, I mean, I'm singing. I'm going to go with the guitar.
Damn, that was the one I wanted.
Oh,
That's a
really?
good one.
My
All
bad.
right. So he's got the guitar.
That sounds like a more unsuitable.
It does
computer
sound
type.
more like unsuitable. You could take it.
No, that's all right. You already said it.
Spiky fishing. I play the fishing rod.
The single string
What do they
bass.
call? What do they call one of those like the Chinese guitars? What do they call those? It's one of those deals.
Yeah.
I played the skin flute,
Kubo
Yeah, the
with
one
two strings or
skin.
something.
Skin bass.
the skin bass. And you already said drums because you're the drummer of Icky Thanks.
I'm the drummer. Of
The bongos.
But I also play the theremin every now and then.
yeah. But he's like boom, 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 boom. He's playing with two hands just on the stage. Okay, cool. All right. So what kind of music is like Spiky Fishing?
Spiky fishing. I mean, it's aquatic. No, it's rock. It's got to be,
Rock.
or like more. I guess that's more punk grungy.
Punk grunge.
Yeah, it's more punk grunge rock.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's that underground feel, a little dirty.
Dirty.
Yeah,
Bottom feeders.
yeah. So
That's your fans. Those are your fans.
yeah, the bottom
The
feeders.
bottom feeders. Got it. All right, grunge, and then DJ Hologram, Icky Thanks. What kind of band is that?
I feel like it's like a spin-off of like Norwegian death metal,
Oh, so you got the double kick.
meets like baby metal, so it's got that weird spin to it, or that different cultural spin to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm the guy that they just bring in to be the drummer. They're like, oh, we need a different flair too.
Unsuitable Computer is definitely like a prog rock kind of
Synthwave.
a lot of
Synthwave.
little shoegazing blend with but some classical guitar riffs. Oh yeah, you said the guitar. What did you end up saying?
I mean, if I'm going like grungy rock, I guess you got to be guitar.
Oh, okay.
All
right. Then I'll take the guitar.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do a lot of like arpeggiation of it.
Sweet.
So it's like a lot of
The scale, arpeggiated scales.
arpeggiated scales,
That's hip now.
but all minor chords. So very, very moody.
Yeah.
Very moody.
Yeah, we just use 3 chords
Yeah.
every song. It's the same 3. No one cares. We're spiky fishing.
Spiky fishing. We're the music you turn on your boat when you're out there.
Yeah.
Just casting rods. What's the name of your first album?
The one that got away.
That's awesome. The one that got away. Is that the one that made you famous, or is that just your first album?
That's the first album.
What's the one that made you famous?
While I Didn't See It Coming.
Okay, wow, nice. How many albums in were you?
That was 4.
Okay, cool. And then Icky Thanks. What was your debut album?
My first album would be Not Your Wonder Bread. Yeah, with our
And was that like just top of the charts right away, or
no, it was a slow burn, but it came up especially in Norway with our lead track, Fuzzy Green Stuff.
Fuzzy Green Stuff?
yeah.
Fuzzy Green Stuff.
Thanks.
Icky Thanks, popular in Norway, imported. You were exported and then imported back into the country.
Yeah, export,
Right.
import, yeah.
Yeah, I got exported to Norway by way of Japan, and then we came back to get out of the States,
United States.
That's
mainly
nice.
Tennessee.
Was that the album you were like best known for, or
No, I think
Not
our
Wonder Bread.
best album would be Sewer Rats, but yeah,
you are all over the map with your branding? But I love it.
Yeah. No, that's
I mean,
good. That's
thrash metal, or you said death metal?
Norwegian death metal.
Norwegian death metal with some baby in there. Cool.
There's some good stuff. What about Unsuitable Computer? What was your album that set you on the map?
The first album that we released is just dot dash dot. That was it.
Yeah.
It's like that symbol. We're very into just Morse code.
Yeah. Well, what was your first album?
The first album was it was Bill Gates Sucks, and the first track is Steve Jobs Rocks.
Did you have? Did any of those fall in like the top 100?
The last track on the album, which was instrumental, was shortlisted for a Grammy for best debut song.
What was that called?
It was instrumental, so we didn't name it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to be really progressive here, okay?
Yeah,
like, we're trying to like break the mold.
I
when it
did
comes
like your song. It was a System Reboot. That was
System
a good
Reboot.
one.
Yeah, that actually came when our entire computer crashed. Like all of our Fruity Loops was erased,
Yeah.
and so we literally had to start over.
That's
why there's only 4 tracks on that EP.
and that's where like the true inspiration come. Like you're like, I've been through it all. I know I can do it again, but you're kind of frustrated.
Whatever we had written probably wasn't good enough, or it was too good. It was probably too good.
Yeah.
And then the gods of music were just like, we cannot release this into the world, into these eardrums.
Not ready for it.
They're not, these humans are not evolved far enough.
No.
Well, we're all pretty successful bands. That's why we're
yeah.
like, at this round table just chatting about how awesome
Just for the boys.
Spiky Fishing is and Icky Thanks and Unsuitable Computer. So what do you guys do with all your royalty money? All your big checks? What do you guys do with those?
Well, I have a charter boat. And then
Do you own it?
Yeah, I think a charter company.
Okay.
And then, occasionally, once every few years, we'll do like a cruise, and we'll get people on and for some shows on the cruise. So I think Spiky Fishing 2023. Get your tickets.
You're like trying to build up to that. Where they like take Aaron Carter or whatever in sync on a cruise, and they put like 1,000 women on there.
Hell yeah.
And it's just the guys like trying to avoid
But it's just a bunch of emo
being
girls
molested.
and whoa.
It's true. You ever see the videos?
No.
Of it's either Nick Carter or Aaron Carter on. They really do this.
Aaron Carter.
They put a famous, typically like these boy bands or like famous group on a cruise ship, and like they're on there and out to sea with thousands of crazy rabid fans. Okay.
Open waters.
Anything goes in those international waters. He's on the beach just like on an off day.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to like go into the water. He kind of like puts his hands on his hips. He's just looking out, and the camera's pointing at him from the back. And you just see this gaggle of women come out of nowhere. And he like sees him. He goes in the water. He's like trying to kind of like be like, haha, yeah, I'm just trying to go for a swim. He like starts drowning because they're just like trying to touch him and shit.
What?
It's crazy.
Oh, this is serious?
This is really happening.
I thought
I'm not
this is a
making this
music
shit
video.
up. No. That'd be one hell of a music video.
Jeez.
Is that
They don't have to pay for that. It was weird. It was weird. This really happened. So you're getting into that, huh?
Yeah. We're doing the cruise stuff.
Spiky Fishing cruises.
Spiky Fishing cruises, get them, and then
once you do one, you're hooked.
you got exactly. We have people like we've been doing it for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
And we have guys that have been there. I mean, people that have been there.
Yeah.
We have 4 people that have been there every year, so it's really
wow.
cool. And then
perks.
And then so it's like at weddings where they're like, can we have all the couples on the dance floor, all the married couples, like who's been here or who's been to one Spiky Fishing cruise, and then all right, now get off. Who's been to 5, and then and then we get up. Who's been to 15, and then it's just the 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they get to like stay in the captain's.
Yeah. No, I know them. Yeah. They're cool people.
Nice. It's your kids, isn't it?
It is.
We're really getting into hypothetical. What about you? What do you do with your money, DJ Hologram?
I buy a lot of Lego sets.
Star Wars or like collector ones, like old ones?
I buy all like the wonders of the world things. Like I buy Taj Mahal architectural pieces, because I'm a little more refined in my Lego taste.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the bandmates are out partying and things like that, but I've been to Legoland at least 27 and a half times this year. So
wow.
Yeah.
What's like your minimum block count? Like you won't get a set beneath a certain amount, or will you buy any of them?
Oh, I'll buy any of them, but my favorite ones to buy are at least 2,025 pieces.
Got it.
Are there like rare Lego pieces, like collecting cards or something? Like, are they like certain like it doesn't say Lego, it just says like leg. It was like a misprint, or the.
Oh yeah, but those are typically like the flat pieces. You know, I get really into the flat pieces because they get stuck, and you know I'm really good at getting them off, getting them off the panel.
Getting off.
I got good drumming hands, so I use those for getting them, getting them unstuck. You can't get Legos unstuck.
I probably could.
Unstuck.
Your fingers are so numb from drumming that you can get them in there.
I got bitch hands. So if I've ever got some stuck Legos, I know who to call. Drummer Icky Thanks.
Icky Thanks. Yeah, we'll just call them unstick stuff.
Yeah.
Couple other things that I wanted.
Well, what about you on suitable computer?
I'm not allowed to talk about what I spend my money on.
Oh.
I followed
Bitcoin?
I followed in the footsteps of some crypto, but I followed in the footsteps of Elvis. I work for the CIA.
Oh.
So all my money goes into CIA projects.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. It's unsuitable for other people.
Yeah, you know, they just think because computers, you know, in the name of my band, that I'm really smart and that I know technology and stuff. So
yeah,
but
jokes on
little
them.
do they know. They just help me out with some of the algorithms to, you know, promote my music and make sure it's not really pirated. So
yeah,
I put a lot of people in prison because they pirate my music.
Hey, someone's got to be, you know, the pioneer.
Yeah, somebody's got to. Just to wrap things up, now I know you guys have been through a lot of different, you know, relationships, being rock stars and all that. But are you guys like planning on settling down with another celeb or just an average Joe or Jane?
Oh, this time around, you know, I see a lot of women out there that could be the future Mrs. Luke Horvat. Or sorry, future Miss X Luke Horvat. I'm on my 7th marriage right now.
So like on average, are they people of profile, or are they like people from the street?
Oh, yeah. Alanis Morissette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Had a fling with her.
Got it.
Yeah. Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did those last? Collectively or individually?
Because there was some overlap, so it's hard. It's honestly it's hard. For
Those
me to
international waters.
Yeah.
Anything can happen out there.
I don't remember some. There's a few year gaps where.
So
I'm not sure.
You're a captain, right?
Gotta be.
So you're just out there just marrying yourself to people.
Just marinating in it. Maritime, whatever.
All right. So I'm thinking we'll help you out. This next one, we'll try to find just a nice girl, you know, some bartender somewhere. Low key.
Cafe,
a waitress.
What do they call those coffee pourers?
Barista.
Barista. Yeah. Find a nice barista.
Find me a barista. What about you, DJ Hologram?
Me and Charlize Theron had a little spat for a minute, but we broke that off since. But you know, I've been me and good old Susie Sarandon been talking a lot, so I think we might
older one.
We've been talking about locking that down, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you like the celeb style? You're not afraid of?
Oh no,
woman of power.
It's okay being public. I like her, you know, her making her own way, you know, just because we are such a prolific band in Norway that, you know, I can handle it.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm pretty nervous to date other celebs. You know, I think I want to keep my expectations low, as in like whatever her expectations of me are low.
Yeah.
So
with your your a side job.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm gone a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gone a lot on secret missions.
Yeah.
That may or may not be happening.
May or may not.
I'm putting a lot of pirates in jail. And by pirates, I mean music pirates.
I might have seen
not Somalian.
Not the Johnny Depp variety.
Not to be confused with Johnny Depp varieties or the Somalian type. And who, aside from us, who are your best friends out there?
Dave Grohl. He was a huge inspiration when we got started. And, I was just like, big into Nirvana. And, when he did the Foo Fighters. So, like, the Nirvana inspiration with our grunge background. Nice. Like, he's just been really huge with, he's actually even come in the recording studio on a few tracks.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah, Dave and I, we're tight.
That's the place to be. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
I met him a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like waving to him.
Yeah. Oh, I can. If you need to, I can get you. I can get you a handshake if you'd like. Just no more. No
He's
more.
my hero, man.
Yeah.
He's my hero. I bet he gets that a lot.
I bet.
Every time he leaves the freaking room, there goes my hero. Shut up, Luke. Shut up.
I did see. Sorry to get out of character real quick. He did. There was someone had video of him on the streets, and these guys were like, "Yo, Dave, can we get an autograph?" He's like, I don't really do autographs, like, and really unless it's for charity. He's like, "Oh, this is for charity," and Dave was like, "All right, 1 second," and he turns around and runs away. Yes,
I love that.
That's great.
And what about you? Who's your best friend outside this room?
Oscar Isaac, hands down.
Oh, you like the actors? You like
he actually came to us for inspiration for Metal Gear Solid. You know, we're a metal band, so he's doing a metal movie. So
nice.
Yeah. So he wanted to hang out with us, and we became really good friends.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
So after Bill Gates,
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
A lot of my friends die.
Yeah.
I was tight with Kurt Cobain for a little bit.
Yeah.
I knew David Bowie later in his life. So I don't know what it is. It's not like the CIA are putting hits out on my friends or anything. I'm just saying. Just saying.
It's a little suspicious. I don't know.
It's not like they did me wrong and I was like, hey, make it look like an accident.
Were you friends with that guy Jeffrey Epstein?
No, that guy. He's
yeah.
I don't go on planes a lot.
All road shows.
Typically, whatever president is in the White House, we're pretty tight. And then also Hans Zimmer. I've been trying to get into movies for a while. You know, the Trent Reznor kind of ballpark.
Yeah.
And it's tough, man.
Hey.
Once you got a sound, you just copy paste that loop, and they put it in Gladiator, they put it in Pirates of the Caribbean, like put it in Dune, I'm sure.
And how many sounds can there be, really?
Dune is just like Pirates of the Caribbean, just like slowed down by like 200%. Yeah,
that's
Hans told me that himself.
That's if that's your thing.
That was it.
And really, that comes into
dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. See, it's just slowed down.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Well, thank you for going on this journey with me, guys. It was extremely enlightening. And speaking of lights, I mean, I'm glad we could end with a bright and shining moment in that segment. It was great. Just like light. Light offers levels of unimaginable illumination. Say that 5 times fast. No, don't, because that will activate light's self-destruct sequence. And unless you're in dire need of a distraction, don't say light offers levels of unimaginable illumination 5 times. Because if you do say light offers levels of unimaginable illumination, we all know what would happen. And that's not good. I heard that this one time at the factory where light is manufactured, a worker said light offers levels of unimaginable illumination 5 times. And my goodness, let's just say some prayers for those who are affected. Throat clear. Oh wait, that's I haven't even told you about Light's lifetime warranty and other garbage like that. I just got so hung up on telling you not to say Light offers levels of unimaginable. Wait a second, I see what you're trying to do. Anyway, get Light because they paid us to say that. This is not an actual product service idea, just in case you thought it was. It's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation, offer no judgment on the actual product service or idea. Wow, so illuminated. Bro, I just want to rewind for a second.
Let's take us back.
Take us back to an episode. This comes from a Buzzkill segment. We had to breeze past it because I feel like the timer was really short on it. Thank you, DJ Hologram. Anyway,
episode 45, I believe.
Episode 45. So we are going back quite a ways. I want to talk about warm beverages.
Oh,
I like a good warm beverage.
Coming up.
I do. Yeah, the warm beverages, they're coming up.
Helps put me to sleep.
Does it? Do you
warm glass of milk? How about a warm glass of shut the hell up?
I love those. Well, that was my mom was always giving me cups of those. So, do you drink warm beverages in the summertime?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
you I think I'm gathering right off the rip. I know you well enough that you're just not really a warm.
I'm not. Yeah, I like iced water.
All right, so I'm gonna talk to DJ Hologram for this segment.
I'm an iced water kind of guy.
Iced water
all year round.
Vortex style.
So I will take over this segment.
Yes, that's all you.
No, but I'm going to introduce you a bunch of things.
Okay.
Ready? And these are just off the top of my head. And chime in whenever you want, Hologram. Warm apple cider.
That sounds lovely.
Do you like it? Cold apple cider?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ew. Only warm. Warm's the way to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
I don't
look at
drink.
this guy.
I don't drink apple juice, and cold apple cider is too close to apple juice.
Wow.
So if it's warm, it's a totally different. It's a totally different deal.
Wow. I did not expect any kind of. That's a fun fact. That's a fun fact about you.
When it gets warm, it's kind of like that vomity. Like
No, this is not. Okay. There's a difference between room temperature cider.
Okay.
And
Kind
like,
of hot,
I'm talking about out of a pot. Like you.
steaming.
right out the kettle.
Right out of the kettle. You put it all in there. You put like 2 sticks of cinnamon in there.
Mm.
Maybe
Just
a little
2.
bit. Maybe a little bit of Jameson honey in there.
Oh.
Boom. And that'll warm you right up. That's a good one. So
I'm gonna have to try that. Never
Yeah.
had a little spiked.
Oh, yeah.
apple
Spiked-
cider.
spiked apple cider is the way to go.
Yeah, spiky fishing.
Spiky fishing apple cider. That's your brand of apple cider, huh?
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Now what have you had?
Hot chocolate.
Okay.
Oh,
I was hoping you'd say that. Have you ever done peanut butter hot chocolate?
I haven't, but I feel like you've told me about
I believe
this.
you brought this up last time. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time hot beverage? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, we're really reminding. All right.
You
So I'll
had enough
skip it.
time to talk about that.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. God damn it. No, okay, we'll skip that one. Mulled wine. Have you ever had mulled wine?
Sounds gross.
What is mulled wine? No.
This I wasn't really a fan of. It's like a warmed wine, very hot, and it's typically got spices in it mixed in, and like an orange, like a slice that they like drop in there.
Let's make it fancy. Throw a citrus peel in there.
Yeah. It's very big in Britain. Very big in
When you have it, is it like is
Christmas time.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a celebratory thing.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Christmas time drink.
Have you ever had a hot toddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the one thing about hot toddies, I could just go to Google, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I get confused with what hot toddy is. Some people, it's like tea, like warm tea with whiskey. Some people just do water and whiskey.
That's what I know it as.
Yeah. Well, which I'm like, what's the point of that? Why would you ever get water anywhere near whiskey?
It's just a mix of boiling water, sugar, lemon, and whiskey.
There you go.
You know, because I was told
But they
in
are
the day it used to be like a cold treatment. When you were a kid, they would give it to you.
They will make you feel very good.
Okay.
They are nice. They're a relaxing drink. And you pour a little fresh lemon in there. It's very clean. You know, it's water, whiskey, which has like no calories.
Yeah. It's good if you're doing a diet. Try
That's
hot
it.
toddy.
Hot toddies. But they're really much more of a winter drink or a fall winter drink.
Okay.
That's the thing. I mean, it's hard to drink warm stuff in the summertime, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, we got about 6 months of
Yeah.
hot beverage drinking.
I was introduced to, you know who's really big on like hot drinks? Like Asian cultures, but not just tea. They do a lot of the interesting like matcha stuff.
Yeah.
And matcha is interesting because it's got a little creaminess to it, but it's not like it's just water and matcha, and some of them have nice little flavors in them. So I recommend trying those maybe at least once.
Yeah, I'm a tea guy.
You
I'm
like
a teetoter?
Yeah. I've got
some
this
teas.
one in Asian Town here in Cleveland. There's like a nice there's a nice store there that has all the imports. That store is wild. Park and Shop.
Yep.
If you guys ever go in there, it's got a lot of exotic stuff and it's really cool. Shelves and shelves of sauces,
yeah.
which I like. But their tea section's cool too. So I it's worth a shot. Have you ever had matcha?
I've had matcha breath mints.
Wow.
So that's a flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. But like matcha tea is like
No.
this powder.
Yeah, it's like it's very herbal, but it's like almost flowery. I always describe it as like if you've never had it, if you've never had green tea matcha, try it. It's like grassy chocolate milk. That's the easiest.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like the simplest way I can describe it. But it's actually I've had it hot too, and it's like it looks like somebody shredded up a bunch of grass and made you a hot chocolate. You know what I mean, which for me, I'll drink hot chocolate whether it's hot out, cold out, doesn't matter. I would drink it every day. You
don't like chocolate milk?
Matcha's the way to go.
Just chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
What is chocolate milk?
Um,
He needs some milk.
Have you ever had chai, like chai lattes?
No.
Chai lattes.
I'm not a fancy drinker.
Okay, what about just chai tea?
I don't think so.
Chai tea is also an interesting one because it's not like a full-blown like cinnamon, like boom, right in the face, but it's got like a really rich, earthy spice to it.
I think
it's
that's
a tea.
Yeah, I think that's Michelle's order. It's like a chai tea.
The thing that's I think it's better when you get the actual steamed coffee. That's why, or the steamed milk in it, rather than just hot water. So I do kind of recommend trying to do chai the fancy way.
A little thicker.
Like a chai tea bag, it always disappoints me.
Yeah, it's better with the milk in it because it's almost like you're having a treat,
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it's like more of the fancier coffee. Get a little shh in the milk,
Little shh.
The lactose.
Have you ever had a Cuban coffee? I know this guy has.
Just regular medium roast.
Are you a
Folgers.
coffee drinker?
No.
Okay. Is there a reason why?
Just I feel like people get addicted to it and they need it.
Okay.
So that's something I never really wanted to. Like occasionally, like after like dessert or something, you want coffee? Oh, okay. So I'll have it in the evening sometimes.
Just as a taste.
Yeah, I guess everyone else is doing. I guess I'll have some. But no, it's not like I don't drink it on the reg, as the kids say.
On the reg.
Yeah, because people fall victim to it.
It was funny. Somebody told me the other day that there are people who, okay, nobody had to tell me this. You could figure it out. People go to Starbucks every morning.
Yeah.
And if you just look at the price of a Starbucks cup of coffee, it's like $5, right?
Yeah.
And you spend $5 every morning. That's insane. That's a lot of money on coffee.
$25 a week. If there's 4 weeks in a month, that's $100 right there.
Now I'm judging them, but it's like if I go to the bar twice a week and I have 3 beers, and they're $7.
Unless you're going to $2.
Oh yeah. If you're a smart drinker, you drink Labatt, and it's $3.
Yeah.
If you had a $5 coffee every day in 1 year, you'd spend $1,800.
On
more,
coffee.
$1,825.
But I think
Just
if you're
on coffee.
just getting black coffee, it's like $1.85.
Right.
Okay, so those are all mixed drinks, right?
Yeah, those are fancy ones.
That's true. Because the industry of coffee is amazing. Coffee. No, it is. I mean, the fact that it's such a ridiculous, like that people are starting like coffee grinding companies. You know, like it is such a big industry that people are just carving their little niche out of it. And that's what blows my mind about coffee.
Yeah, it must be so cheap to get, but then you can upcharge it so much.
Yeah.
Just for putting little flowers in froth.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Bam.
Maybe we should open up a coffee
Velocity
shop.
Chaos Coffee Shop.
It's like the weird cousin to craft beer drinking.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, have you guys ever seen this? This might be a spoiler. Have you seen the movie The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson? You never seen it? Okay, so the one of the premises is
Take your cans off.
Jack Nicholson's rich, and his whole deal is he loves Cappy Luwak coffee, is what they call it, the brand. Cappy Luwak, it's the best. It's the best. And Morgan Freeman tells him, he's like, I just love me a good chock full of nuts. Like that's what he wants. And that was my worst Morgan Freeman ever done. But and the whole premise at the end of the movie is Morgan Freeman's dying, and he hands Jack Nicholson a piece of paper, and it's the description and ingredient breakdown of Cappy Luwak coffee. And Jack Nicholson reads it, and he reads, oh, it's from harvesting. The beans get eaten by bats, and they harvest the guano, and that's how they gives its distinct aroma. So he tells him he's drinking bat shit coffee. So it's like
delicious.
It's like the perfect commentary on people who drink fancy coffee, because it's like it's perfect. Man.
Yeah,
I've heard of this, and it is crazy because like the way that it's a civet, which is like a little tree climbing squirrel type creature. Okay. That's what it is. But like the something in their intestine like treats the coffee a certain way. It's ridiculous.
they just poop the little kernels back out whole.
No, they come out like it looks like a payday.
Oh, nice. Hey, I'd eat it.
I
like
it.
payday.
Luke's over here not even like steeping it. He's just like crunch bar off.
Is it a bat shit this out?
This is delicious. It's
Velocity Chaos Coffee. Start your day with Velocity Chaos Coffee. Pound a cup in your cup. Hey, that's what I do every morning. Velocity Chaos Coffee.
you do this shit. You eat this shit.
Sometimes I just eat it right out of the bowl. Velocity Chaos Coffee. This is not an actual product.
But if it was, I'd buy it. Cappy Luwak sold for like $100 to $600 a pound. So
Wow.
But how do you figure that shit out? Literally that shit. Like how do you
Literally, it's shit.
like your little pet civet is like up on a branch. You got your coffee cup there, and he just like goes, ooh, bloop. And you're like, there's like 3/4 left in this coffee, man. I'm not pouring it out.
You get the gnarliest buzz.
And you just get the craziest bud. You see God, you're just like, oh, got an idea. No, I'm serious. That stuff fascinates me. Who figured that out?
Yeah, who
figured that out?
Bennies. It's the Bennies.
The Bennies. Hey, guys.
Eat that Steve's shit.
Guys, you want to drink this shit coffee? And they're like, oh, this is delicious. Yeah, I thought so. I thought you'd like it. What's in it? Oh, shit. Anyway.
You're drinking poop.
You're drinking poop. That's why.
Austin.
That's why it's brown.
Drink. It's a bit nutty.
Oh, God.
Such good movies.
Cappy Luwak.
Don't be a hero, mate. You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, cheers to this man. Man falls down an elevator shaft down in Australia. There was a work site. So a man fell 6 meters down an elevator shaft. So 6 meters, we know that's with conversion at least 7 feet that he fell. Work site, 4:30 a.m. Headlines say it was a worker, but they don't say in the article that it was a worker.
Yeah.
It just says a man fell down, and then this whole building that they're putting up, and it says operations supervisor confirmed that the man quote unquote fell. Quote, it's kind of sketchy.
He fell.
He fell. It really sounds like some shady stuff. Like, yeah, he fell. We saw him on the camera with some shaky legs. Yeah.
It's just funny, like, yeah, he clearly did.
Yeah. It's like, wait, what are you trying to cover up? I don't know.
Guys, he fell.
Yeah. He's got. Don't walk in these, not abandoned, but work sites. That's just dangerous. Wear your hard hat, too. If he was wearing a hard hat.
If he had worn his hard hat and flipped himself upside down in the air, he would be fine.
Totally fine.
Head first. Those things can sustain like a lot of damage, I heard.
Yeah, they're very impact resistant.
Sorry, I shouldn't be making fun of this poor dude.
What was that? David Spade with the long hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's that movie?
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt, thank you.
Dirty.
He gets thrown, tossed on his head. It's like, luckily my neck broke my fault. I love that.
Luckily. Thankfully.
Yeah. But yeah, man falls down elevator shaft. That's all it is. Just crazy people walking in the middle of the night.
Some shaky legs.
Got some shaky legs. But that just goes to show you in life, you use the buddy system. Don't be walking by yourself. Or if you're drunk, walking, don't be walking. He's trying to find the stairs, really. He's trying to find how to get up there is my question. But when you're out late at night and maybe it's up early in the morning, you need some pick me up, and there are no bats around that are shitting out coffee. Maybe try a nice peanut butter hot chocolate for you, or a hot toddy if you got a cough and you need a little pick me up in the morning with a little lemon, just a little lemon, or the matcha. Get some matcha in there. It's like chocolate milk from nature. It's nature's chocolate milk made with grass. Because when you look on the bright side of life is just better. You can choose to think negatively and everything's out to get you, but really it's not. You're just stacking the odds against yourself then if you're doing that, because everyone goes through shit. We all do. And it's your mindset that'll get you out of it. If you think the sky is shitting on you, it's going to shit on you. If you think it's the sun shining through the clouds, then you're going to have a bright shine today. Because when you're on your yacht, you're doing your CIA missions, and your rats are coming through the sewers, that's all you got to do in life is, just have a good time.
All right. Wrapping up the show. That was a fun Australian news segment and a great summation, Luke. You're just getting better at those.
Blackout.
Blackout. Transcend. Nirvana for 30 seconds. It's time for our recommendation station. This is the part of the show where we make sure you walk away from this episode with a solid thumbs up of something. We recommend books, movies, tech, things, lifestyle choices. In this case, I'm going to recommend book. And I'm actually going to, this is planting for next episode. We're going to double dip on this. I'm recommending Ride of a Lifetime. Lessons learned from 15 years as CEO of the Walt Disney Company. This is Bob Iger's autobiography. I just finished it. Man, full of some incredible insights, that very unique perspective, being in charge of one of the most illustrious and important brands in the world, not just in America. It's got 4.4 stars with over 60,000 ratings on Goodreads. It's incredible insight into the way Disney has been shaped into a mega studio. If you're a fan of Marvel films, Star Wars films, Disney movies, Pixar movies, this book is for you, and shows how Disney has become this purveyor of major films and TV shows it is today. In addition, there's a lot of great advice that Mr. Iger gives to executives, to entrepreneurs out there. A lot of great life advice on how to be a leader who gets things done on that high level, but also make sure people feel activated and respected. So I can't recommend it enough.
Excellent.
Man, we're on it with the movie quotes tonight. I just want to thank our listeners out there. Thank you for riding with us through all of these episodes. We want to hear from you, so be sure to give us shout outs on social media. Interact with us. Tell us we're great. Tell us we're terrible. We don't care. We'll rise to the occasion. And we will also respond if you have something that you want us to cover on the show or something you want to hear more about. I also want to thank our DJ Hologram for kind of being with us today.
I'm only here in your mind right now, boys. It's just a digital experience.
Yeah, because we want him to be there.
We're manifesting
We're thinking him. Yeah.
Manifesting the DJ today.
Right. If we wanted to think that he wasn't here, he wouldn't be here. If we were thinking negatively, but we're thinking positively that we want him to be here, so he is here.
He is here.
And I'll just fade out into the nebulous. I'll talk to you guys later.
That was creepy.
Thanks for having me.
Anyway, we're happy to have him. We're happy to have you. Thank you for joining us. I will see you next time on the next episode of the Velocity Chaos Podcast. This is Nick signing off.
And this is Luke also signing off. Thank you guys for coming along on this ride of a lifetime. Like we always say, you're a rock star. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.